It was probably around the ages of 11 or 12 when I first heard about the assassination of JFK. I remember my dad was watching a documentary on PBS and he invited me in, and I sat and watched it for a little while, and I also saw the footage of him getting shot for the very first time, and that was something that really affected me at that time, and I thought about it for days and days and days. It wasn't until high school where I had this class, I took a class on law by a teacher named Mr. Law, who was a really interesting guy, but the class should have been called the JFK Assassination class, because for that whole semester, that's all we ever really learned about. We learned about what happened to JFK, and he was a huge conspiracy theorist, and we learned all the details of what he thought happened, to the point where near the end of the semester we actually watched Oliver Stone's JFK, and that's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's just such an interesting film that I can watch every 5 years or so. So I've been really interested in the JFK assassination. I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist. I don't spend my weekdays and weeknights thinking about it, but I'm always interested to see a good documentary or a good movie about it. Well, I saw a brand new movie that examines the JFK assassination mainly on the day. It's not really trying to tell you what happened before or after, just what happened during the assassination on the day and maybe the next few days after that. The film is called Parkland, and it's a film that actually stars a lot of people that can make something like this very distracting, because a lot of these actors and actresses that are in this film play supporting parts, because the big starring part of this movie is JFK and his assassination. That is the starring, you could actually say, who stars in this movie? It is JFK and his death. But there's a lot of people that you're like, oh my gosh, there's Billy Bob Thornton, there's Marcia Gay Harden, there's Paul Giamatti, and there's Ron Livingston, and Zac Efron, and there's tons of other people that I'm not going to recognize. There's a huge laundry list who's in this movie, playing real people that experienced this on the day. And I like these kind of docudrama films where they try and be as realistic as possible, giving you multiple stories as this is happening. As I was watching this movie, I was reminded by United 93 and Captain Phillips, because I just saw those movies and I really like those movies done by Paul Greengrass. Paul Greengrass did not direct this film. I kind of wish he did. I think it would have been even more profound than it actually was, because this is coming from like a first-time director, and he does a decent job. Even though the film does technically feel a little uneven and melodramatic at times, there are parts that are extremely effective and emotionally got me involved in the story, and I really started to care. Now, this is not a movie that's going to answer any questions. It's just trying to tell you what might have happened on that very day. What happened to the doctors that tried to save the president's life? What happened to the Oswalds as they're dealing with the fact that their person that they're related to is the one who might have killed the president, to the man, Zapruder himself, played by Paul Giamatti, who actually shot the footage. He is dealing with the repercussions of actually seeing it live. It just has to blow your mind to get to capture that footage and how it affects him and his family. And we're learning about a few other people that I'm not going to go in detail, but it is mainly on the day. It's a docudrama that I liked it. I felt that it was good. It did its job very, very well, even though at times it did feel a little like a TV movie, and it was taking me out of the experience a little bit. But out of all the stories that we're learning about this in this film, I felt like two I really enjoyed. One was about the Oswalds, and mainly we're learning about this story through Oswald's brother, played by James Badge Dale, I think his name is. And his story was really quite effective. I really felt something for him, and I felt sorry for him. I just felt it was a huge tragedy, especially for the president's family, but also for the Oswald family, as they're dealing with the fact that their loved one actually might have killed the president. And then I also want to talk about what I feel is the Oscar-winning moment of the film, and that would be Paul Giamatti. He gives an amazing performance. He's not going to get nominated, I doubt it. But his performance as Abraham Zapruder just really affected me. I really felt sorry for this man, because he was so excited to get to see the president, to get it on film, and he just happened to get the most famous film footage ever in the history of film, just capturing live film. And it's a piece of film that has affected me, and I know a lot of other people as they've seen it repeatedly. And that's the story that I think I connected on a human level the most. And I could have watched a whole movie about Paul Giamatti's character and how he's dealing with the fact that he shot such amazing footage. This is a good movie. It's not a perfect film. It does have its major flaws, but I think it's worth seeing. I'm going to give the film Parkland 3 solid stars. I'm MovieManCHAD. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter and I'm on Facebook. And please go to WeLiveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube to We Live Film. And if you love movies as much as I do, check out MoviePass.com. It'll change your life. It has changed mine. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day. Peace.